So Luke chapter 16, verse 22, continuing with the parable. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. All right. Okay, so all right, so the beggar dies and the rich man dies, and they're carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom, which we talked about before. Bosom is not a physical location on the earth, or a physical location. Abraham's bosom is someone's bosom, right? This is a bosom. It's not a location. All right. And verse 23, and in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. So in verse 22 is saying that the beggar was carried into Abraham's bosom. Okay, which represents Abraham's in heaven. So if he's in Abraham's arms, his bosom, then he's in heaven too, with Abraham. And so, but the rich man also died and was buried, right? And it continues in 23, and in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. Right? So the rich man died and he went to hell. All right, and so he's showing that the rich man, he's seen Lazarus as the beggar, and Abraham's got his arm around the beggar. You know, you imagine you're in hell and in torment, and you say, well, there's that beggar, that guy that was at my gate trying to give food, and now he's with Abraham in heaven. What's going on here? Right? So in verse 24, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. This guy's got some stones. Like even from hell, he's giving orders. Like, right? Oh, send Lazarus, the beggar guy, send him down to help me. Right? He's so used to telling people what to do. He's a rich guy. Wow. Right? And then verse 25. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. Right? He's like, see? Abraham's got his arm around the beggar with Lazarus. There, see? You had everything that you wanted down there, Mr. Rich Guy. But now you're in torment. He's not in torment anymore. He's with me in heaven. Wow. Amazing.